But we're gonna progress over to this Call of Duty. Um, I don't know what to think about Call of Duty, and I don't take it lightly because anybody been what? Oh my God! I just killed that fool from like hell, dude. How you clip this shit? I was talking. I wasn't even sure where I was at, and my man from way out there got slapped. Hold up, torpedoes, torpedoes. Oh, we about to go too. I always do this where I get distracted and just start talking. And look, I'm all the way down here with the battleship just pushing. Anyway, the new Call of Duty, man, I don't know. Really don't know. I'm thinking I appreciate the direction that it's going. I can get behind maybe some of the vision of what's happening with it. But controller to technique, I can't seem to put runs together in that game that makes sense right now. And I don't know, like the last one, if you ask me, the last Call of Duty's 6v6 on hardcore mode was solid as fuck. Smooth, amazing competitive gameplay. I mean, a 9mm to the face is dropping somebody in a realistic scenario. When you play normal Call of Duty in the past, you could have a pistol on somebody and have to pop 4, 5, 6 shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird already. So, last generation's hardcore team deathmatch was peak. That was solid. In this generation of Call of Duty, it feels like they tried to go for a more realistic play in normal mode. It's like they tried to force the two modes in the middle. Because time to kill is a lot shorter than Warzone. A lot of people who play Warzone were used to having to shoot through like 18 pounds of steel plates, you know, right here. Every time it was like you melting like armor plates down, then you get the kill. So Warzone players is already thrown like, yo, I'm dying like every 2 seconds. What's going on? They don't understand that the normal game never had those armor plates and shit. And the reason, it's like you got some people want to play like they're Clark Kent about to go put that cape on and go do some crazy ass Superman shit. They come bunny hopping out of the spawn, bebopping around like they're playing basketball, like looking for a shot and shit. And like, that's how you used to play in Warzone. It don't work in this new Call of Duty. You pop your head out, you gonna die immediately. And you see these bunny hopping ass dudes that will go from jumping in the air to laying flat like midair to like collapsing into a ball and like rolling on it. And it's like, how the fuck you even do that move in the game? What buttons do you gotta hit that you can put on Marvel superhero shit and go do that? I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, I like the game. Unlocking guns is a pain in the ass, but I'm not going to spend no $20 extra pack to just unlock some guns. I'm not a bitch, you know, I'll do it myself. It's just the grind and the grind of dying when you don't even have like a holo sight on a sniper and you're trying to level this shit up with the stock ass barrel and running out into battle with that. It's like, that's going to take a little bit of time. I mean, I don't mind unlocking shit that you use where you put the time in and you unlock some shit that you use. But I mean, according to some of these experts on Call of Duty, they're saying like, don't use attachments. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're putting out videos right now saying like, hey, don't put 5 attachments on like you're gonna do some shit from Warzone. Like, 5 attachments will make your gun heavier, slower, your time to aim will be slow. It's like they're giving you room to fuck up your setup without spoon feeding you like directions on how to play, you know? So people are putting their setups out like heavy ass guns that makes the player move slower than it did in the beginning. And then they're crying about, oh, I can't move, I can't run, whatever. Then you watch these guys these streamers with just a plain gun and like one thing on it, like a forward grip or just one sight on it, just whooping asses because they can raise the weapon quicker. They can stop sprinting quicker. They can move the weapon around, smoother. They're gonna win over somebody that just got this, you know, 8 different fucking mounts hanging off the bottom and shit, and extra, you know, extra magazines hanging out. Yeah, that's true. There's statistically is true. The stats will show you what makes you aim slower or whatever else. What I'm alluding to more is like in Warzone, you could get away with so much more of a fake ass weapon setup. Like you could have extended magazines on an AR with like extra extended barrels and like all this extra shit, and there would still be people running around just whipping that bitch around like it weighed nothing. Like Warzone was weird like that. All I'm saying is like don't do the shit you would do in Warzone in this new Call of Duty right now. That's the disconnect that I'm just covering is like Warzone players don't forget that Warzone wasn't out when Call of Duty came out last time. What did everybody do? They played multiplayer just like they're doing now. So my thoughts are once they get the new Warzone Part 2 out, that they'll do that like comic book stuff back in there again. I don't know. Yeah, but as for just all in all, I feel like the game is weird to me right now. It doesn't mean it's bad. I just feel like I'm not connected to it. Like I don't get it. The maps are insane to me. Like some of the older maps, I like the simplicity of like an alleyway where there's a close quarter battle that you can kind of corral into in a more realistic way than just like I don't know what the hell these maps are. Like one of the maps has like a weird sewer system in the middle where you can up and just crawl through like the water and underneath the enemy side and just pop up behind everyone. It's like what the fuck? You know, I don't know. What I really miss is that old school Ghost Recon, like the old PlayStation 2 Ghost Recon style maps. That shit was intense back then. That was back when like internet, playing online, all that stuff was just getting ready to start. But yeah, that old like Ghost Recon style maps where you got like a wooded area in between, you got a couple cabins in between, and it's like both sides start opposing one another, where the goal is to like press into the enemy and engage. And it's very strategic. You have to plan like where they might go, what's going on. Yeah, I mean the giant maps. I tried the Ground War 2. I'm not saying the Ground War is necessarily bad. It's just very strange. It does have a distinctly different feel. Since we talking about it, I'm gonna put that shit on right now. Let me put that shit on right now. We're gonna conclude this episode of Warships Legend right now. Hate to do it to you, but sometimes you just gotta check out a new game in the middle of playing something. And that's what just happened. Yeah, I'm faded a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie, but that's fine. Let's get into it. Let's analyze this properly.